Hello and welcome to this quick tutorial on roofs. So my plan in this video is to make some simple roofs that I think look good and show them off to you and show you basically how to make them. I'm going to make them, then I'll show you kind of how to make them, and you can see how they look. Let's get right to it. So this is, your basic roof. So you have cobblestone stairs, you have a lip, or like a overhang around the entire building. You have this overhang on the side, which is just cobblestone stairs, with upside down cobblestone stairs, an upside down stair right in the middle. I have an odd number of blocks there, and that gives you that 1 block peak. If you have an even number, you can have a 2 block peak. I think it looks better when you have cobblestone around the edge of a roof than use a different color wood on the roof. So here I have a spruce stair. So I have an oak house, so I'm using spruce wood. And it just makes it, I think it looks a lot better when you use a different material for the roof as opposed to the walls, basically. So this is the second house, and it's basically exactly the same as the first house, except I put that frame on there. So that frame, which I almost always put in a house, which you can see the spruce logs, has made the roof a little bit bigger, but other than that, it's basically the same thing. And then I built this, which is, I thought it was just called like a window. I guess it's called a dormer. I guess, who knew? But I'm going to break this here just to show you how I built it. By just breaking a few blocks so I can show you what I did. So I built the roof. Then you go basically a 90-degree angle. You have that 90-degree angle corner there. But you can see that all connects, and you have the jutting out roof there. Then you have the cobblestone to kind of highlight it. And it's the same thing as before. You have the cobblestone stair, the upside down stair right there and right there. And I do the same thing here, upside down stair there to make it look a little bit nicer. And I think that looks better. Then I finish it off with the cobblestone slab on top. So this is another really simple roof. Instead of stairs, you're basically doing the same thing as you just did, but you're using slabs. So it's the cobblestone rim around the entire roof with slabs. You have the overhang, the lip around the entire house. You don't need to use cobblestone. You can use different material. I think cobblestone is a good material for this, and for a simple roof, I think cobblestone works really well. And then you just slab the rest of the roof. Again, I'm using spruce to keep it consistent throughout all these roofs, basically. So you can see the difference between a stair roof and a slab roof. Obviously, it's much flatter. So this is the same house. I just broke the roof, but I put a frame on this. So we have the frame. It's the same exact roof with the cobblestone around it, and you have the overhang around all the sides with the slabbed roof. So this is the next roof. Sometimes I'll make a roof something along the lines of this. This is a very simple roof. Basically you just slab, and you can do the same thing with stairs. You can do the exact same pattern with stairs. And you just go around one level at a time, and you can do it with the corners or without the corners. And this is probably closer to what I usually do. So it's a slabbed roof. It's similar to the one we just saw, but this is a very basic, simple roof. And this is one I will often use. Yeah, and you just do slabs all the way up, basically. Slab, slab, slab. And you go slab per, layer, basically, all the way to the top. So this is probably my favorite kind of roof. So what you need to do is put one along that post there, then go up one, then hit that, then you're going to hit one on the post there, kind of like what you're doing before. Then you're going to go up one. Then you're just going to keep on going up one until you meet somewhere in the middle, basically. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of just going up one block each time. But for each post, you start at the bottom right there, basically the top of the post, basically. And you see what I did there. So I'm kind of going up one to kind of provide the depth. Then for the rest of the roof, you start, again, you're just going up one block. So you start where the level they are, and go up one. Level there and up one. Level there, then up one. And you just go around the entire roof just like that. So I'm starting with the level they are, then I'm going up one. Then you just basically do that all the way around until you get to basically a peak. So that's kind of what it looks like at the end. So, I mean, you have that kind of interesting looking roof, basically. So this is the next roof. This is a Viking kind of roof, a Viking house maybe. I don't actually use this very often, but it's actually fairly easy. So you do the same thing. So you have a stair with an upside down stair, then a block. Then you have a stair, then an upside down stair, then a cobblestone block, then stair, upside down stair, cobblestone block. So you're just repeating that basically. And when you meet in the middle, same thing here. You have the upside down stair. Then at the very peak, you place two more cobblestone blocks. So I did that on both sides. In the front, basically you put upside down stair here, a regular roof there, right? Then you somewhere in the middle, an upside down stair. Then you kind of create an archway. And the way I built this archway, I think that's probably looks the best, but you can kind of play around with it and see what you like. I mean, that looks pretty good right there, or that potentially. I think that probably looks the best. So I'm just playing around with it here. So you could start something like that if you wanted to, and just play. You can experiment with what you actually like, but you want some kind of archway here, and I'm just showing what I kind of like, what I think looks pretty good. I think it's best when you start with about there, and you go back, and you kind of do that kind of look, then you fill it in basically like that. I think that's probably close to how you want it. Something like that. You want an archway basically. Then you fill this in with whatever material you're using with the roof. So here I have spruce blocks. So I have a few layers, and then I put a bunch of slabs in. Now let's get rid of some of these blocks just to kind of show where I started with. So it's kind of how I started it, just kind of like that. Actually, I think it was more like that. So that's how I started. You can see kind of how I did. I just did the roof kind of sloped, and I kind of brought it up. Then I threw some slabs in here until you continue that archway, that cobblestone archway, but you do it with slabs. So I did something like that. Threw some slabs in here, and add a couple here, a couple there. Just to basically until it looked pretty good. So here's the other side. So I think I started right about there. Then I threw a few like random slabs in here and there to kind of maybe a little bit more like realistic. I think it looks better when it's not 100% perfect. And you can do the same thing with some of these other roofs. You can do something like this, and just put some almost random slabs in there. Pepper these in. I think it adds a little bit to the roof sometimes. Sometimes roofs will look a little bit too flat. And sometimes that looks, makes it look a little bit nicer when you do that. This is a roof, especially if this is one part of a bigger house. I will use this kind of roof where it's basically that slabbed roof that I was showing you before. So I'm just showing as if this is one small roof on a bigger house. So it'll just be the angled up from the lower level to, say, the second level. You have the sloping roof. I'll often use this as kind of a simple roof to just make it, you don't necessarily need a great big roof on every part of your house. Usually you want a different kind of roof for each part of your house. But I think this usually looks pretty nice as a pretty simple roof. So this is my final roof anyways, which I use sometimes, where can you see what I did there? I did stairs on one side, slabs on the other side. It kind of makes it off center a little bit, makes it look a little bit odd, but I think actually it's kind of a cool little effect. It makes it look a little bit less like perfect, which sometimes the roofs can look a little bit too perfect, but using the same basic principles. You have stairs on one side, slabs on the other. And again, I'll show you can kind of do that random kind of slabs to give some roughness and depth to the roof. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned something. And if you want even more complex roofs or how to build them or anything like that, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.